So I saw 3 films at the cinema today, and I'm going to review them for you now. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content as well as movie reviews here on this channel every week. All of my movie reviews are spoiler free, and I will leave a playlist of my recent reviews linked up above in case you are looking for something to watch this week. Yes, I saw 3 films at the cinema today, and we are going to talk about movie number 3. I started early, so this movie was still only a 2:30 showing. Brilliant. I went to see The Bride, which I got really mixed up. I'm confessing this now to you. I got really mixed up and thought that the Frankenstein that was nominated for an Oscar was this film, and was like, when's Jessie Buckley going to come on? When's Christian Bale going to come on? I completely mixed them up because I knew that Jessie Buckley was like in all the Oscar stuff. So I was really excited for this one coming out, hence seeing it opening weekend. I saw 3 films opening weekend today. So this one is talking about the Bride of Frankenstein, and talking about Mary Shelley. And so we have Frankenstein as a character, and we have the Bride as a character, but then we also have Mary Shelley as a character, as well as a sort of crazy doctor as a character who is female, which I thought was great that I was seeing this on International Women's Day, like proper girl power in this film. And then we have like some mob people, some socialite people, a movie star who Frankenstein is obsessed with, and some cops. And again, we have a lady detective in there. So again, felt really good seeing this female directed film with a massive female star and like great female representation on International Women's Day. I was like, couldn't have planned it better myself. So this film is going to be A, really hard to talk about without spoilers, but B, really hard to define, because obviously Frankenstein itself is a like gothic horror novel, but I would describe this film as more of a thriller than a horror, because there was some thrilling moments, but there was also a little bit of like kind of like an indie film vibe about it, with a self-discovery kind of weird thing going on. But then the whole Mary Shelley presence, like she kind of at times will possess Jessie Buckley's character. And again, that's not a spoiler, it's quite clear from the trailer that this happens, but that's kind of like, well, then we're getting into horror again. And if we've got Frankenstein's character, you know, he's made up of lots of bits of dead people. Is this now back to the original gothic horror again? And we start off with the setting of like 1930s Chicago, which is why I mentioned the mob bosses as well, which is a really interesting setting. But it does mean that this film has a fantastic soundtrack, and the songs playing at various points throughout the film just really fit really well. But also like the overall score is really fantastic and really sort of elevates all of the scenes and elevates the feelings in those scenes as well. But we go from Chicago to New York to Niagara Falls, to somewhere else, and eventually find our way back to Chicago. But it's interesting, it's a bit of a like planes, trains and automobiles type of thing, but without the planes, because they often travel in different directions. So there's definitely a little bit of romance in here. There's definitely multiple story threads happening at the same time with those individual groups of people. The makeup and hairstyling, again, like, you know, if I was thinking of this in terms of the Oscar nomination categories, like, you know, score and soundtrack and makeup and hairstyling, costuming, absolutely fantastic, like really, really great. I really enjoyed Annette Bening's character, and then I just absolutely loved the like female empowerment aspect of this, because the bride goes by various different names, but then just sort of like decides that she's going to choose one of these names for a very specific reason, because she just wants to be known as that. And she's not a yes man, and she's not, you know, a subordinating woman. She has this fabulous line where she just says, I'd prefer not to. I'd prefer not to. I'd prefer not to. So it's not a just no, shut it down. It's I'd prefer not to. And that's, you know, you can't really argue with that. It's like not a no thank you. It's not a no. It's a I'd prefer not to. And then there's in terms of the kind of mark that they leave on society, again, I'm trying to be really careful with spoilers, that Frankenstein and the bride leave on society is very much women imitating her, and the way she looks and the way she dresses and the things she does. And so again, that is a very kind of girl power feminist movement. And then at one point she says, me too, me too, what about me too. And so again, we're really leaning into that female empowerment side of it, but that is not in any way what the story is about. And so it's not a story about female oppression or otherwise, but there's threads of this running through it. Again, quite hard to describe, quite hard to avoid spoilers, but I enjoyed it as much as I thought I would, which is good, because sometimes you're excited for a film and you go see it opening weekend and then it's like, oh, I've waited all this time and now it's rubbish, and I thought another film was it and I was excited to see it, and I didn't like that at all. But I liked this one. And yeah, I just thought, like, special effects wise as well, it was good. And you know, Christian Bale is always good in what he does, but Jessie Buckley was absolutely amazing, because she basically plays sort of 3 different characters throughout the film. And so the fact that she can just switch it up, you know, sometimes she'll play 2 different characters in one sentence. The fact that she can switch it up throughout the film, just, yeah, she's good. She is good stuff. Should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this one? This one was filmed with IMAX cameras, and as I've already said, the sound was really good. The music, the score, the sound in general was really good. So I think it is worth going to see this one in the cinema. It is definitely, there are some horror aspects of it, but more like what you would expect from the novel. And then there's some thrillery aspects of it. So, like, you know, you're sort of watching to see who's going to win out in this car chase, for example, that side of like thrill. And so I think that definitely, yes, you should go and pay your cinema going money to go and see it, because it's a good film and it's worth seeing on the big screen. As always, if there is a particular movie you would like me to go and watch next week and bring my thoughts back to you here, please do let me know in comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on future bookish or movie content coming your way. But I will see you with my next video. Thanks for watching.